Hi, this is Steve. And this week we are continuing to talk about AI and how you, as a writer, might continue to make use of it without having it write your stuff, because I am not about that at all. But today's topic is how to, and if writers should, use AI to dispel their fear. And what do I mean by that? Well, there are all sorts of things that come up in the industry that you know about, things that happen with agents, managers, the industry itself, stats that are going on, all sorts of things. And writers get scared. People get scared about what's going to happen. What's going to happen to me? How do I, navigate what is going on, and how do I understand it clearly? And I am here to tell you that I do believe that AI can help with some of that. Now, AI is not a therapist, not a substitute for a human being. I do, in fact, think that human beings are better for hashing out some of these things, most of these things, all of these things. But at the same time, I do think there's some value to be recognized in terms of what ChatGPT and some of the other AI systems can do for you. So I'm going to talk about three ways that ChatGPT can help you dispel your writer fear. And your mileage may vary, and if you come up with other ideas, be sure to put them below this video so that we can share them with other people who are perhaps newer to using ChatGPT and other AI systems. Number one way that ChatGPT can help you as a writer deal with some industry fear is to bring some industry clarity. I have, on more than one occasion, asked ChatGPT to find an article for me that speaks to a particular aspect of the business and let it go and search the internet and come back with this article about the writer's strike, or this article about the industry today, or that sort of thing. I've also had the opportunity to take articles that I've read and I'm interested in, but wanted summarized, and put them into ChatGPT, or just give it the URL and say, give me some bullet points on what this is exactly saying about fill in the blank, about industry jobs, about the upcoming WGA negotiations, or about streaming or cable outlets or whatever. And ChatGPT will give you those sort of bullet pointed things, which I think can be really useful in certain instances. The second thing that I want to suggest that you might do with ChatGPT is to get a little contract clarity. Now, again, ChatGPT is not an attorney and not a substitute for an attorney, but I have had instances, let's say it's the middle of the night, and I'm looking at a contract, that I got for some project, or for some small project that I'm working with somebody, and I'm not exactly sure, what does this particular thing mean? I can plug that into ChatGPT and let it give me a basic definition, or pull from the internet what is meant by any particular term, and that might be really useful. It can also go to a couple of sources. It can go to legal sources. It can go to the WGA website, and it can begin to say, well, this is sort of the general ballpark of what you're talking about, and this seems to refer to that. Now, again, not a substitute for a lawyer. I won't necessarily sign a contract after doing something that small and that brief, but it might give me some clarity and ease a little fear in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day. And then I might pick up my phone and call my attorney, or send an email to my attorney, or talk to my agent or manager and say, oh, I understand that this is what this means. Am I really right here? What do you think about it? All of that. So it can give you, as it's given me, kind of an on-ramp to some of these other conversations. And speaking of conversations, that is the number three thing that I'll mention to you that can help dispel fear with ChatGPT, and that is having tricky conversations in the industry. Again, not a substitute for therapy or coaching even, or counseling or advice of a human being. But you might say in some instances, I want to talk about this particular thing with my agent, manager, producer, collaborator, and I'm trying to figure out what my thought process is, or how should I approach it first. And ChatGPT will definitely give you a suggestion as to, here seem to be the issues that you're talking about, and here's a potential order in which you might approach them, or a way that you might language this or that. Now, again, I'm not a fan of ChatGPT writing stuff for me, but certainly to think out things, to get that kind of perspective, like, oh, yeah, I do have 5 issues with this thing. And this one, it's suggesting languaging it this way. I don't really want to do that. But, it's helped me in some way to kind of get my thoughts together to then have that conversation or to send the email that I compose myself, or whatever it is, or what I'm going to say at lunch or in other instances. So those are 3 ways that I think ChatGPT can help writers ease their fear. Again, your mileage may vary, but I think it's a really interesting tool in order to begin to get some thoughts going in terms of what we might do when we're not sure what to do in the television industry. Yeah, so I hope that's useful to you. Check out yourcreativelife.com, where everything soup to nuts about what I do as a coach to help writers like you can be found. You can sign up for my newsletter that comes out every single month. Click on the link to go to the Beyond the Script podcast, which comes out multiple times every month. And of course, there's a link to this YouTube channel where there are over 200 videos all about things that might help you in the writing life, which is my goal, to move you ahead beyond where you are now toward that place where you are satisfied with your imprint on the writing world, but also with your own practice of showing up as the artist that you are, because that's what it's all about. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.